asks you on a walk, he might think that you're a dog. And he's too cheap to pay for your drinks.
Can we stop this? To have a list of demands from somebody that you have not even met yet, what he chooses to offer to you as a date literally has almost nothing to do with him, other than if he offers to go for a walk with you or a hike, he might just like enjoy that as a hobby. I mean, basically what I got from this video is that you just want to go out to dinner and have drinks. Like, that's literally your hobby. And so there might be a man out there that only likes to do that, but many men like to do other things and want to be able to enjoy that with a woman. And if you can't, then pass. Good luck.
Ladies, I'll tell you why men have stopped dating and why you guys are struggling to find good guys and why you guys get played over and over again. First, you need to understand that every action has an equal reaction, but you're not used to that because your entire life since third wave feminism, you have been removed from the concept of accountability and responsibility. You guys have taken the concept of feminism and run way too far with it, and now men are adapting. You are trying to correct perceived oppression over the centuries when men throughout time have always protected you, and today you have a more comfortable life than ever before in human history, yet you think you are the most oppressed you've ever been. Something that couldn't be further from the truth. And you guys are paying the price now because your recklessness, your constant men bashing, your constant blame shifting, your lack of accountability has literally pushed men to no longer consider you as commitment material. Men still have physical needs, and men are more easily able to detach sex from feelings and relationships or emotions. Whereas for women, sex is a very strong pair bonding act in a sense. So for the vast majority of girls, there are some girls out there that can, ride the sea carousel and, never feel attached. But for the vast majority of women, that act of coupling with a guy creates pair bonding. Now, since you have rejected all traditional roles, you no longer want to cook, you no longer want to clean, you no longer want to care for a man, you think that looking after your own household is unpaid slave labor, and you think working for a corporation is empowering. You think that behaving recklessly and showing off your body is fine when men are territorial, just like you girls, and men don't want to see their woman shared or exposed to other men. So now the vast majority of men will now look for only sexual relationship but never any commitment, simply because it's not worth the headache. And you're making the issue infinitely worse by constantly not only bashing men but really applying the concept of hypergamy. 80% of you find 80% of men invisible at all. You just don't see them, and you go for the top 5 to 20% who have options and who also understand your problematic, so they never commit either, so you end up being broken.
Reason number 1, there is no profit from speculation. Ladies are supposed to simply appear. Your right hand is simpler to get delight out of than battling a terrible reason. A great deal of folks doesn't feel it merits the work. They would just prefer have a relationship with Pamela Anderson. Following up, we should discuss how costly it tends to be, particularly in the event that you're going out for supper and later a film. You are in all probability paying. For a great deal of folks that are paying, they're like, hello, it's simply not worth the effort. It can undoubtedly go beyond $100, perhaps $200 if you're in New York City or Los Angeles. Out of nowhere, you find you're with someone and they would rather not get together once more. They ditch you and you are left with the check. Reason number 3, she lies about her appearance. Perhaps she's simply done your absolute best. However, you truly thought in the profile that she put 130 pounds and 5'5", not 5'3", 230 elves. There's a major contrast there. A ton of you all have had that. I've had men dating who say, hello, I'll take a gander at 5 to 6 photographs. Ideally, she has something up where another person took it, And afterward, I can see her from a point that isn't perhaps so complimenting and check whether I'm really drawn to her. Following up, we should discuss the overhyped self-image. Such countless folks keep saying hello. This lady is accustomed to having the option to set up a profile and having 100 people soon. This isn't reality on the grounds that on the rundown, she's really a 4 out of 10, and it's basically impossible that she ought to certainly stand out, and it overblows her assumptions and what she assumes she merits. As a guy, it's crickets. You're not getting anybody to answer, particularly on the off chance that you're under 6 foot. In the event that you have relatively little cash, in the event that you're not blazing, on the off chance that you are not in that best 1%, you're not getting anything on the web. Ladies, on the other hand, can set up a normal profile and simply get banged with folks that are parched and hungry attempting to stand out. They're on top of this culture that says you merit everything. You merit the best, go get it, sovereign. A great deal of folks simply feel that this has made a ton of ladies that have this outlook that anticipate an excessive lot. The next motivation behind why folks are abandoning dating is that top 1% of folks that get each of the ladies on the web. 1% is getting the vast majority of ladies web-based groveling later. It didn't appear to occur before, and that is consistent with a degree. The web decreased contact to very nearly zero, so rather than meeting up when you have a limited gathering there and you must sort of manage with what is available, a large portion of us just go on the web and there is limitless choice. Next up, the champ brings home all the glory. This is where somebody that is simply somewhat better compared to others will attract by far most. In the event that you strolled into a store and you got $500, you need the best for your cash. That is something very similar with individuals on the web. Everybody needs to go for all that they can get. Be that as it may, in a grading high circumstance, suppose you stroll into a room and there are 20 individuals, 10 men and 10 ladies. Every one of them have numbers on their head. There was incredible investigation that did this. One will occur assuming that you tell everybody hello, coordinate with the biggest number. The 10 will see either a 9 or a 10. Everybody will move towards those 10s and 9s. They will be taken rapidly and afterward, the 8s, then the 7s. Assuming that you are a 1, 2, or a 3, you will observe that everybody is getting some distance from you. You will discover that you are not as appealing or there's only something about you that is switching off others. At last, you will glance around. There's simply going to be a set number of individuals left, and you'll need to match up rapidly, so you'd essentially have somebody to go with. I realize it is horrible, however, it's the state of affairs. This top rate has their pick. Actually, they want to ultimately match up with somebody that is at a similar level and type. Something with guys is that they wouldn't fret simply a hookup for the evening or two. Anything that it could be, and nobody will find out. How this treats the opposite side is it at times provides them with a misguided feeling of, I hooked up with a 9 or a 10. This is the very thing that I merit, or I ought to wind up with. In any case, it actually was only a hookup for that other individual. They find 5 years later, this is simply leading me down a way that now I can't connect with individuals that are at my equivalent level. We should discuss the conundrum of decision and why that is aggravating dating even. Assuming you just had 10 individuals that you might actually date, it's practically similar to an organized marriage. Most of individuals would wed someone that was simply several miles of them. Most times, that paradox of choice comes with consequences. You are always wondering if you're in a decent relationship. Be that as it may, you hear these tales about this other couple. They're venturing to the far corners of the planet. They're charmed by one another. The grass is greener on the opposite side. Since you have such countless options with online choices, individuals generally surrender a grade for the opportunity that seed to flabbergast. This can prompt a ton of disappointment since they miss or they abandon a relationship that was really perfect. Be that as it may, they didn't see it since they were pursuing something different. Let's talk about those filter factors. You need to really understand what you like. One reason a great deal of folks is abandoning dating is they don't actually have the foggiest idea what they want. They say that ladies don't have the foggiest idea what they want, yet they are similar. That is a really fascinating aspect regarding talking and meeting with individuals face to face. As you draw in with them, you invest more energy with them. You begin to find your desired things and what you don't need. One of the benefits I consider being somewhat more established is you begin to distinguish what's significant and what you will think twice about. At first, you got individuals that are going out there and saying, gracious, I maintain that somebody should be this level, or I believe they should have this form. I believe that they should enjoy these leisure activities. I need them to live inside this measure of distance from me. Looking at the situation objectively, what kind of relationship does this individual have with their loved ones? The next justification for why folks are abandoning dating is there's less cultural strain from families and companions. You don't have society overall glaring downward on the way that individuals can date. Individuals engaging in intimate relations before marriage isn't anywhere close to dislike as it used to be. What's more, for many individuals, this is something extraordinary, yet lots of folks love the connect culture. Many individuals accept this as far better for us since we don't need to focus on marriage and get every one of the organic products. Obviously, we should address the glaring issue at hand. A big part of relationships end in divorce. On the off chance that the ultimate objective to get hitched will have a 50-50 shot of it falling flat. Why on earth am I in any event going down this way? At the point when you contrast long-haul couples today with our folks' dating encounters, we're on various planets. It used to be individuals grew up together. There's profound correspondence, trust, and love. By correlation, individuals on dating locales are legitimately watchful. I have love and friendship with old buddies. Imagine a scenario where you need to get hitched. Imagine a scenario where you want to date. First up, have your principles. Know what's essential to you and don't twist on those areas. When you find somebody that you can construct an existence with, compromising in specific areas is okay. Next up, be the individual that you would need to date. Be the best version of yourself. To date somebody that is in shape, then be in shape. To date somebody that doesn't become inebriated and insane. Don't be going out there becoming inebriated and psycho. The next tip, keep in contact with customary like your folks, kin, companions, individuals at work. Those people right there have historically been great sources of finding. Yes, many individuals are on internet dating or meeting individuals through every one of these applications. Yet that is under 30% of connections. The other 70% are as yet meeting in these alternate ways, church and through volunteer associations. It may not seem like it now and again, however these intermediaries are really paying special attention to you. Folks, this is an incredible method for meeting individuals. Get a leisure activity, begin swing moving, participate in Dungeons and Dragons Club. I have a companion, he met a delightful young lady at a Dungeons and Dragons Club that he incidentally turned out to be at. He's in the cosplay, she's into it as well. She's a legal counselor, she's astounding, she's delightful. What on earth would she say she was doing there? You're never going to find these kind of individuals except if you put yourself out there. You will fizzle, you will ask someone out, and they will turn you down since they got a beau. Be that as it may, you basically swung, you took a risk. In conclusion, don't abandon love. Disappointment and achievement are indistinguishable twins. To succeed, you need to risk. Furthermore, if you definitely understand what the result will be, there's no gamble included. The vast majority are not ready to go through the disappointments to have the option to win with an outsized return. What's more, by an outsized return, envision on the off chance that there was a 1 out of 10 possibilities that you could get a 100% result. You would have to bet consistently. When you take that bet, the vast majority of the time, you will come up short, yet at whatever point you interface and hit, out of nowhere, you are getting a 100 times return. Along these lines, how about we liken this with marriage?